What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, I'm going to show you guys the complete guide for multiple cavalry marches in the Call of Dragons. We are at a point where we have many good cavalry commanders in the game right now. Everyone should be having at least 2 or 3 multiple cavalry marches. This video is going to cover pretty much everything that you need to know. Towards the end of the video, I'm also going to show you guys one of the most epic multi-cavalry ambush gameplay that you're going to see. You probably don't want to miss out on that one. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more content, turn on that bell notification, like the video, share it with anyone you think might find the information useful. Let's get the party started. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, we have entered the season of the strife. The game developers have introduced 2 brand new cavalry commanders in the game. They are OP. They have the craziest rate skills available in the game. 1600 damage factor and 1700 damage factor. This is going to be very crucial for your multiple cavalry marches. This video is going to show you 3 or 4 different types of multiple cavalry marches that you can use. The first one is going to be heavy DPS with low march speed. And then we're going to check out high march speed, moderate DPS. We're also going to check out 4 march cavalry combined with 1 infantry. And then we're going to check out a 3 march cavalry with 1 infantry. There should be different variety that you can try out. Many good cavalry commanders, a lot of good stuff to happen in the game. We're going to start off with the first 5 march cavalry setup. This is the one with the low march speed and the heavy DPS. It looks a little something like this. Now, before we get on with the video, I'm going to show you guys some of the simple basics that you need to know. When you are running melee units, there is something known as surrounded damage bonus dealt. When you attack someone with multiple melee units, you're going to get surrounded damage bonus dealt. When you attack with 2 marches, you get 2% extra surrounded damage bonus dealt for each legion. When you attack with 3 marches, you get 5%. 4 marches, you get 10%, and 5 marches, you get 15% surrounded damage bonus dealt. Which means each one of your cavalry is going to be doing an extra 15% damage dealt because they are melee units, so they get the surrounded damage bonus dealt. There is one thing that you need to keep in mind. When you are fighting infantry, they are going to do a lot of different things to you. You might want to stay away from Goresh and Skogul. Do not try and fight Goresh and Skogul with your multiple cavalry marches. So when you go to the talent tree for Goresh, there is this skill known as the flank protection. This one goes all the way up to 75% surrounded damage taken reduction, which means it's going to interfere with your surrounded damage bonus dealt. And you might not want to attack Goresh and Skogul because Skogul is going to do a double counter attack, and then Goresh is going to do Ruthless 2 times every second. So each one of your 5 march cavalry is going to suffer at the hands of Goresh and Skogul. So you might want to stay away from this pair. If you see them, run away and fight somebody else. Your main goal should be the ranged units. When it comes to fighting the ranged units, your cavalry is going to charge towards them and get 1000 rage instantly and immediately do the rage skill. You are going to do so much damage. Now, this is one of the first builds. I'm going to show you the talent tree for this build. This is heavy DPS, low march speed. I have tried it out against T5 players and it works awesome. One thing you can do here is try to maybe swap out Nika from here with Frega from here if you like. You should swap these 2 so that you can try something else. Now, as you can see here, I have Emrys and Cindrion. That's because Cindrion is fully maxed out. He is 6 stars, which means I get that defense penetration. On top of that, you get 20% physical attack from here and another 20% physical attack, giving you 40% physical attack. I was surprised at the results that I saw with this pairing. It's pretty good. Of course, you can try a bunch of different commanders as deputy. We have Craig, you can put over here. We have Nico, you can put over here. You have different options to use. So these commanders are going to work well together. Like for Rondil is going to put cowardice on the enemy, put a debuff on them. Frega is going to make sure that their rage accumulation speed is slowed down. We have who else? This guy Theodore is gonna put Bruce, reduce their HP by 30%. You have so many debuffs. Even Kinara is gonna put a debuff on your enemies. Put Fibo. So this is gonna be some good stuff. You have Indies over here providing the in-farm as well. It should help you out do so much damage. So this is the first build of the 5 March Cavalry. I think I'm gonna show you real quick what the talent trees look like. This is what the Alistair talent tree look like. If you want to take a screenshot, do not be afraid to go in the rally tree to get some march speed to bring everything together. So this is what it looks like for Alistair. We're gonna check out who is next. We have Emrys. So my Emrys is not maxed out, and over here I only have 8% march speed. You need to consider that as well. This is what the talent tree looks like for Emrys. You can copy if you want to do the same thing. If your Emrys is maxed out, you might want to not take this one. So this is what it looks like. And then we keep it pushing. I have Bakshi with this artifact that's giving him extra march speed. And this is what the talent tree looks like. I had to go over here to get that 2% extra march speed to bring him at the same level with everyone else. And then who is the next one? We have Theodore here as well. So this is what the Theodore talent tree looks like. I have 2 points that I can still distribute over here. Let me see. Where am I going to put them? I think I'm going to do that later. And then we have Forondil. He is the primary, so he's going to have 20% march speed from here. When you build his talent tree, you also have to look at this node right here. He has another 5% march speed. So you have to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, I could not come in this direction because the march speed was just going to be a little too much. And if you look at the bottom, I also avoided this one. So yeah, so this is the march speed that I have right now on this march. I think it is moving at 41% march speed. I don't really like it, but it does a lot of damage. It was useful against maxed out T5 players from the Noir server when we fought them last season. And I have a video gameplay that you're gonna see towards the end of the video, so you don't want to miss out. It's this march right here with some minimal changes. So this is build number 1. We're gonna check out the next one. Okay, Warriors of Tamaris, that was the first multiple cavalry marches that I have for you. It is this one right here. The good thing is you can use this if you're still in season 2, if you haven't made it to the season of strife. Now when you make it to the season of strife, things are going to change because these new cavalry are going to be introduced into the game. Now this cavalry build is going to be high speed, moderate DPS. The first one that I showed you was low speed, heavy DPS. This one is going to be high speed, moderate DPS. Now there are so many things I'm going to do here. For starters, I'm going to switch this skill for Tobin and replace it with the Light of Solon for Alistair. It's going to work well. I don't plan on investing in this march too much because I want to save my token for future heroes like the infantry and the mages. So 511, 511 should be good enough. I will be using Unyielding Rush to charge towards the enemy with 1000 rage and hit them right away. And Urag is going to be the reference point for my march speed. It will be 511. I'm going to have 4% march speed from here. And then we're going to go to the talent tree for Mr. Tobin. We're going to pick up all the march speed that we can get from the Tobin talent tree. We're going to grab this march speed. We're going to max out this one. We're going to make our way all the way up to here. That's going to give us around 54% march speed with the 4% that I get from Urag. Now you got to pay attention over here as well because you have a minus 2% march speed. So you need to put this into the equation. If you don't take a look at this, you'll be like, why is this march a little bit slower? So you got to pay attention to this minus 2% that we have over here. So this is going to be my march for the season of strife. High speed, moderate DPS. This is what it looks like. Now I can swap Bakshi with Emrys to get even more damage. I'll be taking out this skill and replacing it with the Light of Solon skill from the seasonal talent. This skill here is going to replace that one for Bakshi with Emrys, and it should give me a lot more damage. Now Forondil and Kinara are going to work well. Kinara can put a debuff on the enemy and then help trigger this arrogance. Yep, so that should be good. Let me see. Is this a debuff? What does it say? Deals damage to the target legion and inflicts feeble. Yep, so this is a debuff. It's gonna trigger the Berserk Frederick. So this is what I'll be using in the Season of Strife. I'll get the new artifact and then I'll see what pet I need to put over here. So this is the second build that you can use for your multiple cavalry marches. Let us check out the next one. The next multiple cavalry marches is going to be 4 infantry and then, 4 cavalry, 1 infantry. It looks a little something like this. So from the previous one, we decided to remove this march and then replace it with this one right here. So it's almost the same. You can like make some changes, swap these commanders and then build the march speed. Now when it comes to building march speed for Skogul, let's go to the talent tree and see some of the things that you can do. You should pick up all the march speed that you see from the talent tree, like what you see over here. So this is picked up, all march speed, all the march speed. Grab this, grab this. Remember there is 5% march speed from here. When you are building the Skogul talent tree, try to add march speed in increments. Okay, give it 2% march speed, send it to 6%, send it to 8%. So basically, you send Skogul with all of your other cavalry to a far location and see if they get there together. If not, you just keep on adding the march speed by 2%, 2%, 2%. You come over here, you grab some more. If it's needed, you come and take this one as well. Keep on adding and make sure your marches can move together. It is very difficult to calculate the march speed because, you know, both infantry and cavalry have a different base march speed. So that is something you want to do. You can use the springbird feather. Now this artifact is going to be excellent when you fight your enemies, because sometimes they can put a negative speed debuff on your legion. So when they do that, you trigger this artifact, giving all of your legions some extra march speed. They can negate all the negative speed that has been placed on them, helping you get away from people. That is the reason I have decided to use the build with high march speed, moderate DPS, because I want to get away out of difficult situation. So this is build number 3. You have 4 cavalry and then 1 infantry. Another build that you can use in the Call of Dragons is going to be 3 cavalry marches and then 1 infantry. Now this is going to be good for those people who don't have a lot of cavalry marches. You can go 3 cavalry and then 1 infantry, and this is what it would look like. You put all the scales tree commander as the primary to give you a lot of scale damage. So you have 1, 2, 3 scale commanders. I think you can get some good march speed, maybe around 40 or 50. I think 40 should be a good march speed. That is provided you take some from the rally tree, the garrison tree, and the peacekeeping tree. If you don't want that, I think you can get them to around maybe 30 something march speed. And then you should make sure you add Skogul and Nika, because they're gonna take your surrounded damage bonus dealt from 5% to 10%. So if you take this one out, you'll only have like 5% surrounded damage bonus dealt. But if you add the Skogul, it's gonna take the surrounded damage bonus dealt to 10%, which is a good thing. So this is something else that you can try. So those, ladies and gentlemen, are the different types of multiple cavalry marches that you can use. There are many heroes in Call of Dragons you can use as deputy. You have Thea, who can give you something. You have a Nico you can use as a deputy. You can also try some Madeline if you want, but not too good. You have Craig you can use as a deputy. One Win can also do some skill damage. Can be a good deputy to use. So it's gonna depend on you. Just try different builds. I don't use Husk because he doesn't have a skill damage. So when you try to use Unyielding Rush, I don't think Husk is gonna help you that much. But yeah, those are the builds that you can use. Do not underestimate Syndrion as a cavalry commander. This guy is a beast. He gives you 20% attack from here, 20% attack from here. And when you look at this skill, it makes it so that when he starts fighting, he's gonna be doing double normal attack for 3 seconds. And then when you use Unyielding Rush, once that 3 seconds is done, he immediately triggers his rage skill. So you will be at constant double normal attack with your Syndrion. And as you guys know, cavalry also do a lot of normal attack damage. So this is some good stuff. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the multiple cavalry march build in the game. Just make sure you stay away from Skogul and Goresh. They are gonna wreck you in a one view. I mean, if you try to swarm this guy with your multiple cavalry marches, it's one of the worst decisions you can make. So these are the cavalry marches, guys. When it comes to warpet, there are some things that you need to do. For the warpet, you're gonna need to make sure that you have the full fierce attack family on your pet. Like this one has the full fierce attack family. We have fierce attack, we have advanced fierce attack, and then we have intense fierce attack. So when you use unyielding rush, these things are going to work together. You cannot put this one, you can remove the advanced fierce attack because a lot of the cavalry skills require agility. So this is something that you must remove. However, you should keep fierce attack and then intense fierce attack. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can build your pets. You can try the different pets that you want to use. You have the likes of the Golden Rock. You have the Berserker Frederick. You can also try the Poison Lizard if you want. Or you can go 5 Sand Lizard to get some good healing. It's going to be up to you. So these are the pets that you can use. As for the artifacts, you're going to have to decide which one works best for you. Just put the best one depending on your playstyle. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the guide for the multiple cavalry marches. Now I'm going to show you one of the most epic ambush against T5 enemies. Like, share the video with your friends and enjoy the remainder of the show.
Patience, I'll be right there. The loser will be my bold move, but foolish. Make them bleed. Come at me again. Wield the blade or become the sacrifice. Wield the blade or become the sacrifice. Attack! Wield the blade or become the sacrifice. The loser will be my throat. Wield the blade or become the sacrifice. Attack!
I like that.